students, we're going to continue talking about special types of slopes today. So we just looked at how to find slope by counting rise over run and by using the slope formula. And now we're going to look at certain types of lines have very special relationships in their slopes, and we're going to talk about those. So the first types of lines that we're going to talk about are parallel lines. And parallel means if we look at the lines here, like this blue line and this red line, if we were to imagine that those lines just continued in each direction forever, they would never intersect each other. That means that they would never cross. And so parallel lines have a very special property about their slopes. And when we're looking at them, if we were to find the slopes of each of these lines, I'm going to do that right now, like what we've been practicing by counting the rise over the run. So if I'm looking at this first blue line and I count my rise over my run, I would rise 1 and I would run 1, 2. So it has a slope of 1/2. Now if I take a look at the red line, again I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go from one point on the line to another, and I'm going to count the rise over the run. The rise is 1. The run is 1, 2. It also has a slope of 1/2. So notice that parallel lines have the same slope. And that's true of all parallel lines. If two lines are parallel, their slopes will be the same. So we're going to take a look at these three lines, the blue line, the red line, and the green line. And we're going to find the slope of each line to see which two are parallel to each other. Now I'm going to practice using both rise over run and slope formula. It's always good to practice both skills. So for the blue line, I'm going to use slope formula. So remember, slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so I'm going to look at my ordered pairs and I'm just going to label them ordered pair 1, that's what the 1 means, and ordered pair 2, that's what the 2 means. So my y2 value is -2 minus my y1 value is +2. My x2 value is -4 minus my x1 value is, be careful, -3. So -2 minus 2 is -4. Now here I've got this double negative, so I'm actually going to simplify that. I would do keep -4, change subtraction to addition, change -3 to +3. Because I don't want to make a mistake, so I always want to go slow. So -4 plus 3 is -1. So I have -4 divided by -1, and negative divided by a positive, or by a negative is a positive. So the blue line has a slope of 4. Let's take a look at the red line. This time I'm going to use rise over run. So I'm going to go from this point down here, I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. I'm going to run 1 space. So that tells me that my red line has a slope of 5. So the blue line and the red line do not have the same slope. So they are not parallel. Okay, now I'm going to check my green line, and again, I'm going to use rise over run. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to run 1. So my green line has a slope of 4. So that tells me when I'm looking, my blue line and my green line both have a slope of 4. So the blue line and the green line are parallel. Okay. We have one more type of special relationship that we're going to look at. We're going to talk about lines that are perpendicular. Now, perpendicular means that where the lines intersect, where they cross, they form right angles. And remember that this little symbol here is the right angle symbol. Now, we're going to look at the slopes of the blue line and the red line, and we're going to compare them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that blue line. And again, because I have a graph, I'm going to count rise over run. So I'm going to go from this point here to this point here. So my rise is 1, 2. Oops. My run, I'm going to the left, so it's a -1. So that tells me that my slope is -2. Okay, I'm going to find the slope of my red line. And again, I'm going to do rise over run because I'm looking at a graph. And I'm going to go from here to here. So my rise is 1. My run is 1, 2. So this one has a slope of 1/2. So my red line slope is 1/2. My blue line slope is -2. Now, we want to notice something about these. These are called opposite. Opposite because one of them is positive and one of them is negative. Reciprocals. Okay, where we take the fraction and we flip it upside down. Now, if we were to multiply these slopes together, they multiply to -1. And that is the property of perpendicular lines. Their slopes always multiply. Product means to multiply to -1. A way we can tell just by looking is to look at the numbers and that they are opposite reciprocals. That means one slope is positive and one slope is negative. And then their reciprocals, if you flipped them, the fractions flip. All right, so let's take a look here. We've got 3 lines again. We're going to find their 3 slopes. Again, I like to practice all of my skills. So I'm going to practice slope formula and I'm going to practice rise over run. So for my blue line, again, I'm going to find the slope using slope formula. So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And again, I'm just going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 is 4 minus 6 over 1 minus -5. So 4 minus 6 is -2. I've got that double sign again, so I want to be really, really careful. So I'm going to keep, change, change. I end up with -2/6, which simplifies to -1/3. Okay, we're going to look at our red line. Our red line, I'm going to do rise over run. So from this point, I'm going to rise 1, 2. I'm going to run. I'm going to the left, so it's -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, obviously, these are both negative, so the blue line and the red line are not parallel. They didn't come out to be the same. but they're also not perpendicular because they do not cross. They're not opposites. They don't form a right angle. So now I'm going to try that green. And again, I'm going to do rise over run for the green line. Okay. So I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to run 1, 2. Okay, so notice this is a positive, and my red line was a negative. And notice how we have 7 over 2, 2 over 7. Those are reciprocals. So this tells me that my green line and my red line are perpendicular.